Evening to Waratah Oval. Sorry, a bit of a delay there. G'day, it's Paul Arundel with you here for the first Friday night football fixture of the year here on Bar TV. And we've got the ladies tackle competition about to kick off between the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs and the Mayfield United side. And it's a very good evening to Chris McPherson.
Evening, Paul. Exciting time of year, mate. Footy kicking off again finally. It seems like forever that we've been waiting for the season to get underway.
Yeah, it certainly has. And the ground is in perfect condition here at Waratah. I've had a bit of rain throughout the day, but it's going to be perfect conditions for football. If you're thinking about coming down, get down to the ground. Entry's only $2. And they've got the sausage sandwiches and the steak hangers happening. Will, the cameraman, and myself, we sampled one of them earlier, and we give it the thumbs up. So you see the girls there out on the field. We'll quickly go through the Waratah side for you. At fullback, we've got Kayla Meakin. On the wings, we've got Yelena Grant and Bianca Goodrun-Kohler. In the centres, we've got Jalika Barker and Kayla Dixon. The halves are Frances Afiki and Jana Gillette. The forwards are Maureen Briand. Oh, I hope I've got that right. Karen Hudson, Jennifer Moali, Selena Louisa and Sheridan Noble, and Brittany Hunt and Anika Butler. We don't have numbers for them yet, but we'll do our best. And Chris, if you want to go through the Maitland side for us.
Yeah, certainly will. So in the one, we've got Rebecca Pennett. We've also got in the backs there Sharon Binney and Rebecca Chesworth with jersey numbers to be confirmed. 5 is Jakira Valance. The 7 is Robin Draper. The 8, Eve Engel. In the 9 is Taylor Quinton Wall. 10 is Natasha Colvin. The second row, we see Brooke Davis and Daya Ann Draper. In the lock jersey, 13, Jessie Akers. The remaining players on the reserves bench, Tian Summers, Nisha Dixon, Zayalisha Harris, Zoe Hall and Octavia Munro.
Awesome, Chris. Apologies for that. So I didn't realise you had the team sheet. So anyway, we got through it there in the end anyway. So only moments away from kick-off here for the first Friday night Quizmasters Friday night football. They're back on board again for 2019. So we thank the Quizmasters.
This one should be a pretty good clash. These sides both semi-finalists in 2018. Maitland United falling 1 win short, losing the grand final, and they actually knocked out Waratah in the first week of the finals. So Waratah will be surely looking to get one back here tonight.
Well, it's going to be Maitland United to kick off. So Maitland United in the predominantly white jerseys. So just waiting to. Oh, they got the kick. No kicking tee. So they're just going to do the old style, dig a little hole in the wicket and kick off. Referee blows time on here for Quizmasters Friday night football. And we're underway as the big front rower, Eve Engel, takes it up. The first hit up. Gets just over, it's very hard to work out where we are. We're about 35 metres out from the Waratah try line as the other front rower, Colvin, takes it forward, just short of the 40 metre zone. As they're on the cricket pitch, the one-handed pass there to, looks like Draper. Bumps away from one and eventually gets up to halfway, so a good run there from Draper. So they've got numbers both sides. They go out to the right-hand side through the hands, a bit of a decoy run there as they go out to the number 2 in the headgear, who we don't have on our books. Here's the other front row again. That's Briand. I hope I get that right. We're doing our best here. First time back for 2019. We're going to be rusty as a swinging gate. So they go through the hands, a little chip over the top. There's a player underneath, it's gone over her head, it's been picked up. This should still be the last, didn't see the referee call 6 to go. And we'll have a handover, 15 out from United's try line.
You have to think Waratah will be pretty happy with that first set. They've got Maitland United down inside the defensive 20 now, so off to a strong start. And Maitland United has taken a simple one off the ruck now, Paul.
Well, they're off to a better start than I was reading the wrong side. So superstar from the Cheetahs.
They've probably had a pre-season trial or two. We didn't have those, mate. Shake the rust off.
So the second rower, Brooke Davis, just met heavily by the front rowers from Waratah. She stops on the 20. Another good solid run, bumping off one and eventually taking the tackle on the 30. Numbers both sides. They come out this side of the right. Apologies if you're watching the stream. It's very hard to pick up the numbers. Do us no favour, some of the clubs, as Gillette throws a cutout pass and it's gone to ground. And the referee's going, well, he's going to call a penalty for a high shot. And that'll be the first penalty of the match. As we see number 16 out there for Maitland United. That was Tian Summers. As Robin Draper will wait for the ball and get back for the restart. That's the dummy half there. Quinton Whittle offloads that to the number 16, Summers. So just short of halfway, United. Their first real chance with the football as they go deep inside Waratah Mayfield territory, almost up to the 40. It was a very good run. Quinton at dummy half. Finds it at number 12. Deja and Draper, two Drapers in the Maitland United side. So they go out to the left-hand side. There's another hit up here. That looks like angle there. Pretty hard to pick up these numbers, as I said.
Yeah, the bright pink doesn't do you any favours on the white, that's for sure.
Certainly doesn't. This is Draper with the ball. There's a nice pass out there. They got the winger unmarked. Gets around one. She's gone into touch.
She looks likely with the ball in hand, Robin Draper. Looks like she's got some pretty decent ball playing skills. She takes on the line.
So we don't have the number 2, 3 or 4 in the Maitland United squad. There was a few girls that turned up late, so we're not quite entirely sure on some of the numbers for the Maitland United side. We'll do our best to get them for you.
Certainly interesting to see this Maitland United side. As I understand it, Aberglasson's entered the ladies' tackle this season, which has sort of split their team a little bit. So they won't be probably as strong as they were, and you can see that they're still struggling to sort of gel and get a pattern with the ball in hand. Obviously, as we said, Robin Draper looks quite strong, but it's a whole new sensation, I guess, when you split a team almost down the middle to form two, but great to see more women getting involved in the game.
Yeah, fingers crossed. They've got 3 on the bench, Maitland United. Unfortunately for Waratah Mayfield, they don't have anyone on the bench at the moment except the coach and the scorer. So they're bringing this out of their own territory now. It's up to the 20. I've got to say, I do like the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs jerseys. They look brilliant. There's been a spilt ball. It's been picked up by Akers, running across field. Inside pass, back inside to Quinton. Akers got belted, but she's up. But Quinton's got through. Quinton's going to score. First try to Maitland United. And that's Taylor Quinton Waddell. I hope I pronounced that right, but she gets on the scorebooks. It's 4-0 Maitland United, kick to come.
Great footwork at the line there. Just took it to the line, both hands on the ball, put the defender in a couple of minds and sliced straight through. Made it look very easy.
Yeah, she showed some pace out there. So Maitland United first blood. It looks like it'll be Robin Draper that'll take the shot at goal. There's no real breeze to talk about. There's a few clouds around, but hopefully the rain will stay away. It's a good start for Maitland United.
Certainly is. Robin Draper doing well to sort of pick herself up after that hit where she gave off that ball back inside that led to that try. They certainly didn't miss her, that's for sure.
Certainly didn't, and it looks like Maitland United, they've forgotten the kicking tee. So if you're driving around the Waratah Mayfield area and you've got a kicking tee in the back of your car, bring it to Waratah Oval, because that's the result. Unfortunately, not enough on it for Robin Draper, so it remains 4-0. And I don't think the Cheetahs have realised that Draper's had the shot at goal, because they're still camped in the in-goal area at the moment.
Having a bit of a picnic there. Oh, now they've woken up, they've realised.
First game of the year, it's there's always teething problems and
I did
getting
see,
back in the swing of things.
I did see too. They were sort of advertising for some numbers too, and I'm sure a lot of these women's side, if there are any girls out there watching and thinking, geez, I could turn my hand to this stuff, they'd be looking for more players, and there's teams situated all around. I know Waratah are advertising, so they've managed to get the 13 on the field, and there might be a couple of girls that are new to it and just figuring out what goes on, so they'll be looking to make the most of those brief meetings that they have together.
Well, there's Brittany Hunt and Anika Butler out there. I'm not sure what jersey numbers they are in. I'm guessing one will be in 10, possibly at 14 as well. But looks like it just seems to be a trend here with the girls now for Waratah not having a kicking team.
It's one of those things that the boys almost grow up with. You carry them on with you as a young fella, and the girls probably... not necessarily something you think of. You're just thinking about running out there and passing around and getting tackled more so, I suppose.
We're underway. There's a good boot there from Afiki. It's turned the number 13, Jess Akers, around. And she'll have to pick this up from her own try line. And she gets up to the 10. Good tackle around the bootlaces there. Out wide there. Looks like Kayla Dixon making the tackle. Solid contact there. So Maitland United bringing this out of their own territory. Both teams early on will just want to get a feel for this, even though United's up 4-0. Goes through the hands as Draper does the dummy, steps inside, gets around one, gets around another one. The big front rower.
Reeled in almost by the hair there.
Yeah, that was Brian. And this is the number 10, it looks like, which we don't have on our sheet, do we? Yes, we do. It's Colvin. Still getting used to it. Draper puts this on the toe. Not a bad kick. He's going to hold up nicely here for Meakin, the fullback, Kayla Meakin. Gets around one. Steps around the second. Then Draper's there to wrap Kayla Meakin up. Very good run there from Kayla Meakin. So this is a good run, Kohler. Good run from dummy half, just short of the 40. Tackled there by Davis. Another bumping run there. Quick play the ball, very good stuff. Good run from dummy half from Hudson. Hudson looking for support, she doesn't have it.
Finding some easy meters up the middle here, Waratah. Certainly if they can capitalise on it. I don't know whether they've got too much imagination or creativity to their play so far, but they're making easy meters.
Fiki steps back inside, gets up to the 20, or the 22. So he goes back to Gillette. He puts this on the toe, and it looks like it's going to be too big. So the Black Lions on the field there for Rugby League, and you see the sole, well, there's two white lines out there. I assume they're for the Rugby Union tomorrow.
Just add a little bit of confusion to the mix this time of year.
So we're just waiting for the ball to return, and we'll get back underway for the 20-metre restart. No ball boys or ball girls around. Another good tackle there. So this is the 17, Dixon, Natasha Dixon. It's the offload here to Quinton. Quinton, dangerous, got away from one, but the defence is there to wrap her up. And now the ball's come loose, but the referee says no, it's a penalty. So this will help United. Bit of a piggyback out of their own territory. So 4-0 the score here. Maitland United. A player on screen. Quinton, she got the first try. If you've just joined us. It's Davis looking to get the offload, but she's eventually brought down. So they come this short side. In the headgear, we've got number 15, which we don't have on our program, so we'll try and find that out for you. So just the lock forward, Jessie Akers gets through one. So a half a gap, but she's eventually brought down. 35 out from the Cheetahs line. They go to the left-hand side. This is Draper. Draper running to the line, gives a pass away to the... Well, it's gone out through the hands very quickly here. There's another chance out here for United, but the ball has gone to ground. I'll tell you what, when they get over that far side, Chris, I have trouble seeing the numbers.
Yeah, it's difficult at the best of times, let alone once they start to be quite a distance over there. We might need to invest in some binoculars for Waratah Oval going forward. It's a big old ground, being the cricket ground like many of the fields around these parts are, as you can see with the pitch and those in the middle. But the pink numbers out there especially, and even some of the white ones on the yellow. Maybe it's just our eyesight starting to fail us as we get a little bit older, Paul, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, it probably is that too.
As you touched on before, it is a great night footy, dry track. The field's holding up really well, looking nice and quick. And plenty of football to be had tonight. Obviously a double header on Bar TV Sports with the men's A-grade fixture coming up to follow this one between the Waratah who've just rejoined the comp and Shortland who've done really well to get their side back on the paddock. So that'll be another one to look forward to after this cracking contest that we've got on our hands at the moment.
So we're back underway. The Cheetahs will bring this out of their own territory. Good bumping run there. It looks like it's Kayla Dixon. Quick play the ball again. And she'll go for a run, Hudson. And she's, got up and allowed to run and pinch another 15 metres or so. She's still going, Kayla Hudson. I thought I heard the referee call held, but maybe not. Maybe the hearing's going as well. So that's a good pick up there from Louisa. So they're in United territory now, the Cheetahs. Gillette's at dummy half. Gives this here to number 8, Bryant. Good tackle down low from the fullback, Bennett, that was. So the Cheetahs with the ball in their hand. What can they do? Running to the line, inside pass. Eventually brought down 30 out from United line. Last tackle. They go down the short side. They've seen something down here. As Barker with the offload has found the speedy little winger Grant, and she's been taken into touch. So the first real opportunity for Waratah there. And they come up short. Well, they just run out of room down that short side.
Not doing us any favours on these numbers. They're playing most of the game over on that far side and making it very difficult to pick up who's who over there. We might have it pinned down by the end of the game.
Well, lucky we do have a little bit of height here at Waratah Oval. It could be worse. We could be on the back of a ute.
It's the joys of Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League, isn't there? There's so many different experiences as crowds and commentators at all the different grounds around the huge geographical area that we now cover that now stretches all the way down the Central Coast as well, which is great to see.
So there's another good run here from Brooke Davis. Standing in the tackle. He can't bring her down. And a player injured for Waratah Mayfield. It looks like it's the number 9, Karen Hudson. Unfortunately, this is not what Waratah Mayfield need at the moment. They don't have any bench players.
I think they might have even started the game with 12. Obviously, the 25 joined in later in the piece with in the red headgear there. So, it's the last thing they'll need. It's not easy to get through a whole game with 13, let alone unless she's back up. And I mean, she's been one of the live wires for them too, making plenty of metres out of dummy half.
It's good to see.
The magic water does the trick again.
It does. It's good stuff. So the referee, he blows time back on now. So not too much time lost there. So it's been a pretty even game so far between these two. So here's the second rower here. Looks like Draper. Deja Ann Draper. I hope I'm pronouncing them right. I'm sure parents or partners will message through on Facebook if we're getting it wrong. And that's an awkward bounce there for Meakin. It's gone over the top of her. I thought she might have got a hand to it, but she actually did well to keep her hands away from it. She's brought to ground now, 20 out from her own line. A slow play the ball. Hope she's okay. We go down this short side. Bumps away from one. A long pass out here. This is Goodwin Kohler. She's gone into touch. A good tackle there, and a bit of sportsmanship there from Goodwin Kohler, saying well done on the tackle to her opposite number, Jakira Valance.
Great to see. There seems to be plenty of that in this women's tackle and also the ladies' league tackle. I see, when you go around and watch the competition, certainly last year, sportsmanship seems to be at a premium, which is always good to see.
So there's a...
We're having a scrum here, and Waratah haven't quite worked that one out by the look of it. Are we? Yes.
So there's a good crowd that's building up here at Waratah Oval. So after this, we've got Waratah Mayfield taking on Shortland in the A grade, but there's plenty of activity happening behind the ground. Every man and his dogs over the back there. So hopefully they come over this way and watch some good local footy.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of excitement about Waratah. You know, they've been a year or two without having a side in the Newcastle and Hunter senior men's competition, so very keen to have a lot of local boys.
Haven't seen that for years.
Bring it back, plenty more of that.
And United somehow win the scrum after pushing. So switch back to the old days there, back to the 80s.
It would make rugby league great again, bringing back pushing in the scrums.
So Colvin will play this 35 out from Waratah's line. They go to the far side. Draper decides to cut back inside to the other Draper. And she'll earn a side a penalty. So, because this game's so close, you'd normally say that go for a goal, but they don't have a kicking tee, so they might just take the tap.
Did see a couple of trainers playing around with a couple of makeshift markers before, and I think they were trying to figure out whether they could mould them into a kicking tee or something, but as you say, they take the tap and
off
send
they
one
go
of the front
again.
rowers.
Oh, Colvin's been hitting a beauty. Brought down there. Brian helped out in the tackle. So they come out to this right-hand side. This is Robin Draper with it, running to the line. Finds the other Draper, Deja Draper. Steps around one. Eventually brought down 15 out from the Cheetahs line. Quitting at dummy half. This is the number 11, Davis. Davis has almost gone straight through them all. She's 5 out from the try line. Numbers both sides. Sloppy play the ball. Quinton's picked it up. She's looking for a double. Oh, she was close. A metre out from the line. There's the rain, a bit of drizzle here at the ground here, and the ball's been left behind. And we're just waiting to see what the referee's called. He's just called play on. I think everyone gave themselves up now. They've gone out to the far side here. There's an opportunity out wide. Cheetahs have got numbers out there. Good defence, and that'll be a handover. It's a good scrambling defence there from the Waratah mob.
Great work from the Cheetahs there. I mean, at one point it looked like they had a bit of four-person overlap on the outside, and they managed to get across and shut it down extremely well there. They got their work cut out for them, trying to bring it out of their own red zone.
So you can probably see that rain on your screens. Don't worry about it. It's only a small shower, so make sure you get down here to Waratah Oval. Plenty of footy action coming your way as I've just swallowed a fly or something.
Plenty of covered seats in the grandstand too, so it's a great spot to watch, even if there is a bit of drizzle about. Waratah head up over the halfway line.
Can't quite pick up that number out the far side, but they're still going, the Cheetahs. It's a very good run. I think that's the 5'8", Afiki will play it. Another run from dummy half. That marker may not have been square, and the referee's seen it that way.
She was square, but she was square behind the dummy half, I think, so I thought he'd missed it at first.
So, good run Kohler with the ball. She'll look like she'll just take the tap. So we're back underway. Bryant will charge it up. She's met there by the halfback, probably one of the biggest and smallest players on the field come together there. Neither gave an inch. Here's Lucia. Up to the 10. Looking to get the offload. She does. Quick hands. Here it goes here to Afiki. Afiki's going to run to the line. Afiki's going to score. Francis Afiki gets Waratah Mayfield on the score sheet. It's 4-all with a kick to come.
It all came from that great work. Selena Louisa holding her feet and just looking to get that arm free. You called it, and then she just popped it out the back, and the work was done by the 5'8" from there to level it up. Game on our hands as we head towards half-time.
Great stuff. So we've got a game on our hands, as you just said.
Looks like Waratah's dug into the cupboard. They've found a kicking tee. They didn't bring that out for Maitland's kick, did they?
So it's just under 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Difficult kick here for Afiki. She looks to convert her own try. So where we are, Chris, there's not much wind, but it could be a bit stronger out there on the field.
Yeah, it looks like the rain's drifting at a bit of an angle, so there must be a bit of breeze.
I don't think straight across the face. Sorry, Chris.
Don't think the breeze had too much play on that one. She just pushed it across the face a bit. They're getting very greasy out there. Handling's going to become quite difficult, I would think, with this drizzle. Like, it's just a constant drizzle set in now. So it could just be a matter of these last few minutes as people start to fatigue as well. A bit of side that could just hang on to the ball and stick to their game plan for the next few minutes that might find themselves in half-time at the lead. As it looks like Robin Draper, who's been one of the standouts for Maitland United so far, has got that ball on the tee ready to send it back down to Waratah.
It's not a bad strike.
She's got a fair boot on, hasn't she?
It's gone. This could go all the way. Nope, the fullback Meakin's back there to pick it up. Kayla Meakin tries to run around the defence. She's in and away there, and she's eventually met by the defence, and she's wrapped up and pulled the ground by jersey 15, who we don't have on our program. And here goes Goodron Kohler, dummy half. So Hudson there at dummy half, and that was touched and it's been put down. So just a bit of miscommunication there from the Cheetah girls, and they've invited United into a very handy position here just before half-time.
Interesting to see if we get that push in the scrum again now. All four, as I said before, a bit more of the contested scrums that bring back your era of play a bit more, Paul.
My era of play. I was quite happy out in the wing.
I was far too slow to be out that wide.
I was slow too. I was just no bloody good.
You're one of those wingers that just kept the touch judges company.
That's it.
Someone has to, mate. And they do push again.
So United now with the ball. It's Brooke Davis. She's played the ball and no one was there to pick it up. Eventually Draper was there. So just inside the Cheetahs 30. They go out to that left-hand side. It's Colvin. Natasha Colvin. She's driven back. Good defence there from Waratah Mayfield. So United running across field. And play it 20 out, centre field. Quinton at dummy half. She goes down the left-hand channel. She thought she saw a gap and she's been poleaxed. But she'll get up and play it. Tough little character. Here's Draper again. Puts it on the toe. It's not a bad kick. Meakin's back there and just see it go dead. A good little passage of play there from Maitland United.
Yeah, the Waratah girls did quite well. It would have been very tempting for Meakin to have a play at that then, I think, with the Waratah, with the Maitland chasers coming through, but made the right decision on the greasy deck, let it slide through over the dead ball line.
So Waratah Mayfield bring this out of their own territory once again. This possibly will be the last set before half-time. Try and find out who these new numbers are out in the field for both teams. 25 we don't have in our program. As Brian takes it up to halfway. As the pass has just gone out in front of Afiki, and eventually it's been spilt, knock on, so we may not have time for the scrum to pack. Taking their time. I don't think Waratah Mayfield are too interested in packing this scrum.
They'll be starting to feel the pinch after 25 minutes of football. There hasn't been too many breaks. I think we only had probably 3 penalties and the 2 tries, and this is our third scrum, so been plenty of ball in play tonight, which is what the crowd wants to see, but when you don't have any reserves on the bench, it'll take its toll, certainly on the side with the lesser players.
So Cheetah's just getting in the position as Davis goes for a run. And still going Davis. Eventually she's brought down by Gillette, helping out in the tackle, and now she's spilt the ball, playing the ball. So Davis, now she's tried to strip the ball. And the referee says just play it. So Yana Gillette will play the ball. 25, the red headgear. Another solid contact there. Taken down on halfway. Hudson waits for it here at dummy half. He's the 13, is Noble. Giving that away to the second row. Let's see what. Apologies to Selena. I think I've pronounced your surname about 15 different ways so far in this commentary.
I'm going to take a punt based on the fact I saw Marty Louisa wandering around one of the stalwarts of Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union and Rugby League, that she might be a connection of his, mate. So we might be going with Louisa for the rest of the night, I think.
We'll settle for that. So we've got a penalty to Maitland United.
That's their fourth of the night. Waratah yet to pick one up, if my numbers serve me correctly here. Must be encroaching right on half-time.
Caught the touch judge by surprise then, that kick. So the rain has stopped. So if you're at home and wondering what you're going to get the kids for dinner, come down to Waratah Oval. There's steak sandwiches, sausage sandwiches, plenty of lollies, red cordial. Good cheap night out on a Friday night, plus you get some entertainment of some local Newcastle and Hunter footy.
I'm sure we'll be impressed with the next one too, an A-grade clash between two local rivals. Waratah hosting Shortland.
So Draper just reversing into the defence, brought down on the 40. Colvin, she's going to run on the cricket pitch. Absolutely no fear, taking it over halfway. It was a very good run. Oh, sloppy pass there, down around the ankles. Very hard to pick up. So they've gone about 10 metres across field, United. What can they do now? There's another big hit out there. So last tackle now for Maitland United. Draper's got it. She'll put it on the toe. It's a pretty good kick. The chasers are coming through. It's an awkward bounce. It's been picked up here. Valance has got it. Valance has just been taken by Meakin. Great stuff from Maitland United and good defence from Waratah Mayfield.
That was a phenomenal one-on-one tackle. She had to make that and execute it, not let her get the ball away there. She had a couple of support players there, the Maitland United player. A great defence there at fullback from Meakin.
And the referee's just called time off here. As the winger, Jakira Valance, she's come down a bit heavily after that tackle. Hopefully she's okay.
Great to see more and more people rolling in the rain, not a deterrent. So the crowd's really building here. It's a good turnout considering we're a long way from kick-off in the main game. Plenty of people getting down supporting these girls in the ladies tackle competition round one.
Well, we're definitely going overtime for this game, so it might be a bit of a late start for the A-grade kick-off. I'm not sure if it's well.
Yeah, the timekeepers,
I can see the timekeepers are waving out to the
referees.
They forgot the kicking tees. They forgot the hooter here at Waratah Oval. That is half time. So half time here at Waratah Oval. It's 4-4 between Waratah, Mayfield and Maitland United here on Quizmasters Trivia Friday Night Football. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second half. Welcome back here to Waratah Oval. So both teams out there for the second half. Had a quick chat on the sideline, not bothering going into the dressing sheds. And it's locked up at 4-4, so we're in for a interesting second half. And Chris has been down the sideline to chat to the officials, and we've got a few jersey changes.
There's been a few down there, and certainly a little bit greasy underfoot down on the sideline, so it'll be interesting to see how this carries out. Start to pick up a few more of those numbers, and hopefully we can pick them up as the light fades from up in our vantage point here.
So got a kicking tee this time, so almost ready to go. Looks like it'll be a Afiki to get proceedings underway for the second half. As the referee blows time on. It's a shallow kick-off. It's been picked up there by Draper and dances around the first attempt to tackle, but she's eventually brought down on the 40-metre zone. So not a bad way to start off this set for United. Solid contact there. That's Brian making the tackle. So get down that short side. Seems to be a thing they want to do, both teams. Colvin just getting it up over halfway. So what can they do here, United? Drew first blood. There's another solid contact there. Number 13, Sheridan Noble in the tackle, helped out also by Afiki. And dummy half, almost forgetting about the football there. Tackle around the waist there. And number 12, Luisi, helped out again by Noble. So Draper on the last, puts it up high. Meakin's there underneath it, she does well. She's got Quinton in front of it. She dances around her. She's met there by Draper. Quinton coming again. And wrapped up on the 20. Dixon goes for a run from dummy half. So locked up here at 4-4. As Hudson goes for a scamper from dummy half. She's driven back by Ann Draper. Barker, dummy half, is Afiki. Little chip over the top. It's a difficult one for Bennett, the fullback. And, well, Grant got a toe to it. But eventually he didn't go too far into touch. So it'll be a scrum feed to Maitland United.
Certainly been a interesting battle for the first half. Nothing separating them at the break. I think Waratah might start to show a little bit of fatigue, as we touched on earlier on. They don't have any reserves, and if my quick arithmetic does me right here, they may even, let's have a look, folks, down to 12 by the look. It looks like they've had one player go down at the half-time break. So they're still struggling with the format of the scrum, the Cheetahs. Not their forte by the look of it, but they've got it figured out now.
Well, as you mentioned, they still are after a few players, so if there's any girls out there that are watching this and they'd like to have a go at Tackle Rugby League, get in contact with Newcastle Hunter Rugby League, Dave Wild, or just go straight to the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs Facebook page. And likewise for any of the female clubs, there's 8 in this tackle competition. There's Wyong-Roos, Berkeley Vale Panthers, Karua-Roos.
Take off the scrum there. Turn it over. Waratah with a good opportunity here.
Certainly will. 40 out from the line. I'll come back to that with the list of teams playing in this competition as the big second row. Luisi goes for a run from dummy half. Still standing in the tackle. Hard to put down. She'll play it 25 out. It's the number 10 here for the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs. Number 10 in our program. Goes out the back here. This is Afiki with it. She's got it. First try for the Cheetahs. She's still going. Dancing around Afiki. She could score again. Good tackle from United.
Some magic footwork on her.
Barker at dummy half. She'll go herself. The United defence is awake to it. Good run, Kohler from dummy half. She's over. So Bianca, good run, Kohler. Scores Waratah Mayfield's second try. And it's 8 points to 4 with the kick to come.
Nice little bit of work there. The pressure told from the good field position, and see if this can be the first of the conversions to be landed for the evening.
A couple of runs from dummy half, and eventually the United defence just couldn't keep up. So good pressure from the Cheetahs. They get their second try through the winger, Bianca. Good run, Colo.
As you're touching on just before, obviously all those sides that you're going through, always looking for more players. Make sure to check them out on Facebook, or as you said, talk to Dave Wild through Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League. I know Waratah are definitely looking for some more players, and they're down here Tuesday and Thursday nights. Even if you're not sure it's for you and you want to just come down and try, most of the teams are more than happy to have some girls come down and just have a try at training and see what they think of it. The more the merrier, and it's a pretty social, and as we've seen tonight, plenty of sportsmanship in the competition.
So Francis Afiki look to add the extras. Strikes it nicely, but it's just going out to the right-hand side. So it remains 8 points to 4. Just mentioning here those teams, there's Thornton Beresfield and Aberglass and Ants. We've also got tackle teams as well.
Yeah, and if tackle's not your thing, there's plenty of ladies league tag around as well. I think 18 teams in the ladies league tag, and again, most of those will be always happy to take on some more numbers. Check out Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League for contact details for them as well. So there's plenty of opportunities if you're a girl and you think having a crack at rugby league, either tackle or tag might be something you'd like to pursue in the 2019 season.
It certainly is. So Robin Draper will get us back underway. So lights start to take effect here at Waratah Oval. Another good deep kick-off. We'll go down to the fullback, Meakin. She's had to do this a couple of times since she's met head-on from Brooke Davis.
It's been almost an old-school rugby league battle between the boot of Draper and the return game of Meakin tonight. It's been good to watch.
Brian. She's been bent over backwards in the tackle. The ball's come loose. And the referee says it's a knock-on, so a golden opportunity here for Maitland United. So we've got a interesting challenge on our hands here, Chris. We don't have the Shortland Devils team list yet, and I'm sure with this game going overtime, it's going to be a quick race down to the timekeeper's area to get these timesheets and back up for the second game.
I might have to leave you solo man in a little bit just to duck down for 2 minutes when we see them return from out on the backfields. See what we can gather from the Devils.
See that they're over the far end of the ground warming up behind the fences, but back underway.
I'll need more substitutes than these two girls' teams have got combined if I was to run all that way. So Maitland United going wide, appealing for a high tackle. Referee Greg Ryan's not having any part of it though.
So 18 out from the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs line. Draper's the person to go to. It's Colvin. So centre field, still 15 out from the Cheetahs line. Draper's in at dummy half. They go back in centre field. He's the number 10 here. Well, that's Colvin there. She's run straight through, almost got through, and eventually brought down a metre out from the line.
Streaker on the field as well. It's all happening here at Waratah.
So play the ball. Backing into traffic, pops the pass out. There's a chance out wide. They've got it. Maitland United get their second try. I love that. So does the referee. 8-all, the kick to come. Couldn't quite work out who scored that try on that far side, but doesn't matter. It's 8-all.
Both sides looked quite dangerous when they've been inside the red zone. Happy even with the greasy conditions to move the ball around a bit and take it edge to edge, which is great to see.
So the run down the blind side, and Waratah just weren't marking up, unfortunately. And it'll come with experience. So Important kick here for Draper.
Interesting to see now that she's got a tee at her disposal. See if she can get a bit more leverage. Her first kick, it seemed like she was well dug into the ground and couldn't get much distance on it. Seen plenty of distance off the tee for kickoffs and out of her hands, so she's got a strong boot.
Bit of gamesmanship. You think that kicking tee would have disappeared when it was a chance for Maitland United to kick a goal. He's Draper now. She strikes it nicely, but it's waved away. So it remains 8 points all here on Quizmasters Friday Night Football here at Waratah Oval. You're watching the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League Women's Tackle Competition. The second year Women's Tackles has been played here in Newcastle. So if you want to get involved, go to Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League. It's Facebook page, drop a message. If you want to get involved with Newcastle Hunter Rugby League, also go to the Facebook page. We're playing men's, women's, league tag. Maybe you want to sponsor Friday Night Football.
Yeah. Plenty of opportunities to get involved. We've got some good sponsors on board at the moment. There's plenty of options that I'm sure they'd be happy to, commercial things they'd be able to discuss, Dave and the team there. So, and as you say, plenty of opportunities too for people if they wanted to play almost at any level, male or female. I think we're looking at something like 60 plus teams across the 3 different competitions and all the grades. So great to see rugby league in Newcastle, the Hunter and patches of the Central Coast doing so well.
It's hard to keep up with it all. So Luisi gets us back underway. Taken well there by Draper. She'll just take a hit up. She's been doing everything, the halfback for Maitland United. The ball's come loose. So Waratah Mayfield now, an opportunity. A bit of rain early in the first half. That ball would be greasy up there. Also the footing out there on the field. You mentioned earlier, Chris, that the grass is cut quite short here at Waratah Oval.
It's held up really well. It's always interesting to see these grounds, especially coming off cricket season, because obviously the grass roots itself a little bit differently when it's not having the constant, rugby league and rugby union traffic on it. So it's holding up really well and still looking good with that bit of rain we had earlier today.
Hudson, I thought she was through there. She's still going. Eventually she's tackled herself. We've got a peddler here to the Cheetahs, right in front of the sticks. Do you go for goal here?
You'd think about it, but still plenty to play. So I'd say they'll just tap and have a look to go here. Hudson may even go herself. She's been slippery as she takes on the defence, but she's looking around for runners.
So she offloads a hit to Noble. Sheridan Noble charges into the line. There's 3 United players to drag it down. 2 metres out from the line. Hudson at dummy half. It goes to Afiki. Afiki dances around, pops the pass here. It's Dixon. Is it? The ball's down. I'll wait for the referee. He likes it too. We've got a try for the Cheetahs. The third one of the night. Waratah Mayfield 12. Maitland United 8. Apologies there. I think that's Barker. He's got over. I've got the 3 and the 4 mixed up there for the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs.
Just showing there, Waratah twice now that Maitland United have handed them the ball in good field position. They really struggled in the red zone in the first half, but they're converting now when they get the opportunities down there. So Maitland United will have to be very aware of errors early in their set and not handing prime field position inside that red zone to Waratah side, who's shown they're not afraid to move the ball and attack on the edges.
So Francis Afiki just kicking this ball further forward a bit. Makes the angle a bit difficult, but while the referee wasn't looking, I probably would have kicked it inside a bit.
It's all gamesmanship. Any advantage you can get.
I'm sure the trainer might just point that out to her next time.
Yeah, the trainer himself is a referee, so he might be too honest for that. So he's one of our first grade referees from recent years, Greg Digby, out there running the water for the Waratah side.
He's been on tour, has he, with a rock band?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So Fiki can't add the extra, so it remains 12 points to 8 here on Quizmasters Friday Night Footy here at Waratah Oval. If you're watching the stream and you're thinking about coming down, there's plenty of room here. Only $2 entry. There's plenty of cold beer and soft drink in the canteen.
Hot food.
Yep.
You tasted the fine wares of the Waratah Cheetahs canteen before. Give us a recommendation.
Bit of a tradition, Will, the cameraman, and I have at every local footy game we go to. We've got to sample the local barbecue.
Might have to have an award at the end of the year. Who's got the best tucker on a Friday night?
Yeah, old Dungog won it last year.
Bennett Park is known for a good feed on a Friday night, that's for sure. I know Dudley Oval in previous years has been very good as well.
Big shout out to Dungog and Clarencetown. They're playing up there at Bennett Park tonight.
Plenty of Friday night football all around. Dudley and Dora Creek in the A grade as well over at Dudley Oval.
So it's a Fiki. So here's the little winger here, Elena Grant. She's been collared and swung around, and there's a penalty.
Again, there's that sportsmanship we talk about straight away. The offending player apologises. It's not.
We've angled there, just sorry about that.
Got a bit excited. Wow, that's a fair boot.
That's a very good touch finder for Waratah Mayfield in Maitland United territory. 12-8 to score. Another try here would be very handy for the Cheetahs. Hudson gets us back underway with the restart. Luisi, been hard to put down. Runs straight at Quinton, the dummy half, and Engels in there to help out. Hudson waiting for it at dummy half. He's got numbers both sides. He's in centre field here to the lock forward, Noble. 28 out from the Maitland United try line. Hudson goes for a run from dummy half. The markers weren't awake. And she's still wrestling in the tackle. Sheridan eventually plays it. They go to the left-hand side. An awkward pass there, and it's been eventually picked up. It looks like the halfback Gillette that'll play it. Hudson goes for another run at dummy half. Pushes away one. Bumps into another one. And she's just short of the try line. Hudson. Chance here from dummy half. Bryant pops the pass, and, well, it's just been booted over the back. And so looks like it'll be a 20-metre restart for Maitland United. Do you know what happened there, Chris?
I'm not sure. It looked like it could have been a knock-on both ways. I'm not sure which one happened first. And then it looks like Maitland United kicked it dead, I think. So, and that's what they've said. They're saying that they've gone back by the look of it. He's had a little meeting with his touch there, referee Greg Ryan, and said no, Maitland United's kicked it dead in the end, and we'll have a goal line dropout. So a great result for Waratah in the end out of some very scrappy play.
I saw the far side touchy point to the 20, so I won't take any tips from him again.
That's all right. Yeah, that's why they give a man with the experience of Greg Ryan the whistle. He was on the spot.
Quinton gets us back underway. Francis Afiki will take the ball, do a little bit of a jig, and eventually straighten up into the defence. So 15 out from the Maitland United line. So I'll come back centre field. Here's Hudson. Dangerous player. Probably one of the best on field for the Cheetahs. Still going, Hudson.
A lot of work tonight for Hudson.
3 metres out from the line. Can Waratah get their fourth? There's a chance here. She's over. Sheridan Noble scores. Waratah Mayfield get their fourth try of the night. And it's 16 points to 8 with the kick to come.
It's probably slipped under the radar here, Paul. Waratah still playing a woman down. They've only got the 12 out there, so they're doing really well. They've put on my calculation, that's about 3 tries in this second half with 12 players. They're doing great work, and a lot of that is coming off the back of Karen Hudson, who her running meters tonight have been absolutely massive. She's probably one of the smallest out there. Doesn't shirk contact, and even when she gets into contact, she's throwing well above her weight, shrugging people off. So, and again, that try came off the back of another one of her runs.
So, Afiki in front. She's got the kicking tee.
She's taking this one back nearly as far as she's taken the wide ones back. Interesting decision.
So according to our game clock, we've got about 7 minutes to go in this one. Might be able to see the Shortland players making their way back to the change room in the background as Afiki adds the extras. And it's now 18 points to 8. Waratah Mayfield over Maitland United here.
based on how the goal kicking's been tonight, that 10-point lead could be a very significant one. You can see a few of the Waratah players on the walk back really had hands on hips, especially some of their forwards. They're starting to tire. The fact of no bench may start to tell at the back end here, but a 10-point margin could hopefully, for their sake, be enough to see them home here in what would be a great result, with 13 for the first half and only 12 in the second.
So back underway. Ball goes down to about the 30. Rafiki offloads it here to Brian. So 18 points to 8. Cheetahs in command here at the moment.
Interestingly enough, I see Maitland United's key player, their halfback Robin Draper, on the bench now. I'm not sure whether she's taken a knock. She seems okay standing up there on the sideline, but you'd think at this point in the game they'd really benefit from having her out there if they could.
Sheridan Noble with another good hit up there for the Cheetahs. Just short of halfway. Hudson, like she was going to cut out Gillette, but Gillette ends up putting it on the toe. It's a good kick. She's made the fullback turn around. She picks it up. Stops on the 20, steps back inside. Still going. Eventually she's brought down. Barker on that far side making the tackle with Goodwin Colo. She's short side again, and this is where it gets hard for us, Chris, because it's almost darkness over that far side.
I think I can make out the jersey number on this winger, and that's about it. It's very difficult with the lights and the shadows out there.
So Maitland United, what can they come up with here? It's not a bad run there in centre field. Just over halfway. These girls, they haven't shown any fear about getting tackled on this cricket pitch. And there's a very good run there from Davison. Also a very good hit there. I think that was Luisi in the tackle. So kicking from dummy half is Quinton. It's not a bad kick. Is it going to hold up? No, it's just going to go over the dead ball line. Good judge there from Kayla Meakin. She'll bring this out to the 20-metre zone for a restart. So almost a full start there. We're back underway now. It's Meakin, goes for a dash and she's brought down. Good tackle there. Looks like that was Draper making the tackle. Good run, Kohler, from good run from dummy half. She picked up a try early in the second half. Getting the team just short of halfway. Gillette tried to pinch some metres from dummy half, but Bennett was taking her down. So sloppy play of the ball, but Hudson was there to pick it up, and Brian will take this up to the 40. Hudson. So, Chris, as we head into the final minutes of this one, who's been your player out there on the field?
I'd certainly have to think with Waratah in the lead that their dummy half, which is Hudson, has been the standout. She's got through a lot of work. In the first half, it was just getting through work through the middle, but then started to use a bit of footwork and even strength in contact, as we talked about before. She's been a standout and thrown well above her weight, narrowly and probably in front of the big second rower, Louisa, who has been a fair contributor in the middle as well.
The ball's come loose there, and there's another try for Waratah. Looks like Barker this time. Nope. The referee's going to come back, and the penalty to Maitland United, they must have been offside.
He's got the tip from the touch judge there.
Apologies, Chris. It seems every time you start talking, something happens.
That's the case. I'll just keep talking. I'll make this finish very exciting.
So Draper is back out onto the field, and she'll have the first duties of finding touch. Also, it looks like Eve Engels coming back on for Maitland United as well. There's John Faye's playing ball boy.
Might be a new calling for the great man Pav. He's done everything else in Newcastle Rugby League in the Newcastle Hunter, hasn't he?
He certainly has. So back underway. This is Engel. Good tackle from Afiki. So if you've just joined us, Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs are up 18 points to 8 after Maitland United scored the first try. And the Cheetahs have been doing it mostly this second half, down to 12 players. So it's a great effort. As I said, if you're interested in playing women's tackle football, go to the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League website and send them a message and let them know that you are keen to play women's tackle. All clubs are certainly after numbers. Here's Draper. And United earn themselves a penalty. The Cheetahs just inside the 10 metres there. So they'll find touch right on the 20-metre zone. So have United got one more try in them? Just waiting for the touchy to grab the ball. Remember, after this, if you're watching on Facebook, on the Newcastle Hunter website or the Bar TV Sports website, after this we've got the A-grade game between Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs and the Shortland Devils, reigning premiers of A-grade. Should be a big clash. So we've got a run from dummy half here from Quinton. Quinton tries to get over. Inches short. Play the ball. Have they got a try in them? Goes for the hands. It's been battered down. And we'll have a scrum. Waratah Mayfield defending their line, doing great stuff there. So we'll wait for the scrum to pack. Waratah Mayfield again not so keen to pack this scrum as the referee's just called time off. Looks like there's a player down with a cramp. Hopefully it is just cramp. It's nothing too major. So A-grade was due to start at 7 o'clock, but because there's been a few stoppages in the women's tackle match, it'll probably, my guessing, it'll kick off at 7:10, the A-grade fixture. So probably at full time this time. You got time to grab a beer or a cup of tea if you're sitting at home. And if you are watching Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out. So she's back up on her feet now, which is good news, hopefully. So hopefully we get this scrum packed. So they're not in too much of a hurry. So I'm just waiting for the ref to call time on. Well, with one short in the scrum. Back underway now. So can Maitland United get one more try before full time? Draper, oh, good tackle that. I think that was Hudson. Last line of defence making the tackle. Quinton at dummy half, she'll go herself again. Again, she's so close to the try line. Long cut-out pass here. There's an opportunity here for Maitland United. I think the ball's come loose. No. Bodies in motion everywhere. How to pick up. They come out this short side. The ball's gone everywhere. There's a big opportunity. Good defence here from the Cheetahs. Still 5 out from the try line. It's the fullback Bennett from dummy half. Still going. Now half a metre. Last tackle for Maitland United. They've done well. There's a knock on. But the referee has seen a hand or a boot in there. It's encroaching over the ruck. So another set of 6 coming up here for Maitland United. Bennett will just take this back to the 10-metre line. Back underway. Bennett light on her feet. Wrapped up there. Louise is trying to drag her over the sideline. She almost got her over. So go through the hands. United. Draper. She's going to run around them. Or try to run around them. She's doing well so far. They've got a massive overlap out here. There's got to be a try for Maitland United. Looks like we've got one out wide. Looks like Deja Ann Draper scored. Maitland United get their 3rd try, 18 points to 12.
I think that'll be close to the end of the action here tonight. Running well into what we might colloquially call stoppage time, and But a great finish if that is the case by Maitland United. Did well there, drew in the numbers and then used the hands wide. Draper's been very good for them tonight.
Yeah, great effort for both teams tonight. First game of the season, always difficult, but they've done well. I said, both clubs are still after numbers. If you're interested in playing women's tackle football, go to the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League website or their Facebook page or Country Rugby League website. Somebody in one of those areas will be able to point you in the right direction. So there's a good crowd building up here for the A-grade fixture after this. Grandstand's pretty full.
That's to be in the in between the 100 and 200 at least here, I would have thought tonight. There's plenty milling about downstairs as well as a full grandstand. You may find if the rain comes back, this grandstand will get packed in very quickly. It's
not a bad strike from Draper, but again, waved away. So it remains 18 points to 12.
Yeah, and timekeeper's a signal to the referee that'll be all she wrote. Don't get his attention.
And now he'll blow time off, or full time I should say. So the first of our Quizmasters Friday night football of women's tackle here on Bar TV. Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs have run out winners 18 points to 12 over Maitland United. It's been an entertaining game. We'll take a quick break and be back with the A-grade clash, the Win Network A-grade clash between Shortland Devils and the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs. Hello and welcome here back to Waratah Oval for the Win Network A-grade premiership match between the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs and the Shortland Devils. Very nice night here at Waratah Oval. It's not too cold. There's been a bit of rain, but a good crowd has turned out for this one. And joining me in commentary for this one is University Seahorses Ethan Andrews. Ethan, thanks for coming along.
G'day, thanks for having me. Pleasure. Excited to call this round one match as Shortland run out onto the field. And as you mentioned, bit dewy tonight, so I think ball control going to be huge for both teams.
Well, the Cheetahs are already out there. I'll go through the Devils lineup for you. I'll just read out the numbers. They're in alphabetical order. So we got Gary Baker, Brendan Baldock, Daniel Kelton, Sam Christie, Joel Craven, Stephen Dunn, Daniel Dwyer, Joshua Fagerstrom, Adam Harris, Todd Harvey, Brendan Hogan, Sam Horn, Jacob Nolan, Matthew Onslow, Jack Perrin, Riley Taylor, Jackson Thorpe, Jaden Tongue and Tim Wilson. Jaden Tongue is the captain coach. That is the Shortland Devil side. And Chris is just helping me out in the background, write down the team list. So we'll bring you the Waratah Mayfield team lineup very shortly. Who do you like in this one, Ethan?
I really think it's going to be a case of almost who scores first. First round match. There's not going to be match fitness there just yet. I think whoever scores first is really going to have an advantage here, and whoever's trailing, they're going to have to go try for try, because I really can't see a comeback being made in a round one match when, as I said, match fitness isn't quite there and you've got new combinations and players are still a bit rusty from the off-season.
And it's a bit damp out there as well. So you got the kicking tee out there this time. A referee, he's ready. We're just waiting for the timekeepers to find their seats. We're almost ready to go. I'm not sure what we're waiting here. It's like Jake White's got the whistle in his hand at the moment. And just would it be a Newcastle Hunter Rugby League game without a delayed start or you know, something happening that's not supposed to?
You did run through the Shortland team list before, Paul. It's good to note both teams have full benches tonight, so plenty of subs as Waratah kick off. And we have an error right away.
Well, it's a super start.
It is round one.
It's my favourite part of rugby league is the restart. And they actually caught me off guard.
Yeah, it caught the commentators off guard. I think it caught Shortland by surprise as well.
So Waratah will wait for this one, and when I get an opportunity, I'll go through the Cheetahs line-up, as it's not a bad restart. So here we go with Sampson. He'll take the first hit up. Solid contact to start this A-grade fixture. I think they were actually glued together after that contact. Is he going now here? This is the winger, Buster G. So here they go again through the hands. It's a big run here. There's a chance here. Looks like Sione's going to score. Waratah score first. The referee points to the spot, and he looks like he's picked himself up an injury too.
That is a shame, because it was very sharp early on. Waratah looked like they were setting up for a backline play there, and that hole just appeared. It's like a shoulder issue.
Yeah, well, it's a point on the board. So just got the trainer come up. This is the beauty of live streaming. Will do, mate. We got the trainer. It's so we've got this kick. It's about 15 in from touch. So it'll be Jason Boney. He'll line up the kick. Sorry, Ethan, it's baptism of fire tonight. I've only got the one team sheet.
That is fine. No trial games for Bar TV. We're right into it. No injury concerns, no substitutions early for Waratah Mayfield, so that's pleasing for the try scorer.
So 6-0 Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs here in the Win Network Premiership A-grade competition. And while we're waiting for a kicking tee, I'll go through the Waratah Mayfield side. At fullbacks, James Whipper. The wingers are Buster G and Isaac John. The centres, Josh Ashe and Jackson Myers. The halves are Warren Towers and Jason Boney. The forwards, this is where it gets fun. Togatazi Tuala, Garrison Steele, Dwayne Sampson, Sam Press, Brendan Allen and Alaya Homradzik. The forwards as we're back underway. And here comes Sampson again. Another charge. And the Shortland Devils there to help wrap up. Jaden Tongue in the 13, captain coach. And there to help out again with his forwards, Perrin and Horn. So the Waratah Mayfield bench, it's Joel Witters, Tom Myers, Cody Faint, Michael French, Jesse Bowden and Sion Uasi. So the Cheetahs off to a flying start. Good tackle there. 3 Devils in there. So just settling into this one now, and Towers gets the boot away. It was touched. The fullback Dan Colton, well, he come up to pick it up, and then he's had to run back around, and it's been cleaned up. 15 out from his own line.
That just shows how wet the ground is. Huge defence. Shortland going nowhere. I think this is going to be a difficult set for them.
This is Perrin. Jack Perrin. A lot of players weren't involved with Shortland last year. They've returned. A few were playing with the Wolseley Maryland Tigers last year, and a few just had the year off, and they're back in the sky blue of the Devils as they go through the hands out to the far side of the ground. So it goes back, and not a bad kick there from the 5'8", but it's gone straight down to the fullback. It's like it's whipper and straight into the line of defence, and Gary Baker makes the first tackle after the kick. So as you said, first point's important, and it's pretty even contest, you'd say, Ethan.
Yeah, both teams settling into it now. Physicality is going to be huge in this first round. There's some big bodies out there, and it's just going to take a bit of getting used to, but both teams been completing pretty well here. No real errors as of yet.
Here's the big run here from the number 8, Tuala. I beg your pardon. And they come down this short side. Boney, he cuts out. It's a nice pass here. There's a big chance. He went for the flick pass, and it's just gone into touch. So it looks like he's recovered there, Lamorza Zick, after that one.
No issues with the shoulder with that flick pass. Waratah already showing how dangerous they are close to the line. I think if they can keep the game down in this half and be as physical as they've shown they can be in defence, those Shortland forwards are really going to tire.
So 6-0 here on Quizmasters Friday Night Footy here on Bar TV. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Let us know where you're watching from, if you're watching on the Facebook. So Waratah Mayfield win the scrum. Towers straight into Barker, and Carlton in there also helping out in defence. 9 metres out from the Devils line. Can they get another one quickly here? Steele waits for him at dummy half. Here's the big fella, 13, Elia again. 3 out from the line. Numbers both sides. They go out to the right side here. As they go over to those shadows, Ethan, it gets very hard to see the numbers.
I think they're going to bring it back our side, though, and they do.
Here they go. Oh, good offload there. Sampson now throws it out the back to Boney. There's trouble out here for the Devils. Good run here. There's a chance here in the corner. G. Buster G's over. The Devils' defence just overran him, and G just watched him go over the sideline and dived over for a meat pie.
Yeah, Shortland really scrambling there. They had the numbers, but it just seemed like they didn't have the man with the ball.
So, Waratah Mayfield, 2 tries in the opening 10 minutes of this game. So, Waratah Mayfield, they've certainly, when they get the ball in the hand, their big forwards get a roll on, and unfortunately for the Devils, they haven't had much ball. It's all been the Cheetahs.
And it was great restraint from Buster G not to overrun that. He was running out of room there. He could have attempted a huge dive for the corner post, but cut back inside, seeing that Shortland were scrambling. And that left foot sidestep has rewarded himself with a try.
So Boney, right on the sideline, looking to add the extras. It's not a bad strike, but it's just going to go across the face. So it remains 10 points to 0, the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs over the Shortland Devils here on Quizmasters Friday Night Football here on Bar TV. Ethan Andrews joining myself, Paul Arundel in commentary. Ethan, part of the University Seahorse side, and you're out and about tomorrow?
We are. We got our first game tomorrow afternoon, playing Katara in a
Mighty
B-grade
Bears.
fixture.
Oh, he spilt the ball. So, here's a golden opportunity here for the Devils.
Big
And,
invitation to make amends.
So we saw the start of the game, it pretty much the same fashion. Cheetahs kicked off and it was a mistake from the Devils and they got a try, so the Devils will be hoping for the same here.
And Shortland setting up for a sweeping backline play here. Buster G in very close.
Yeah, through the hands, this is Carlton. Carlton dancing around, got away from one. Eventually he's wrapped up. He's a hard customer to bring down. Carlton's one of the players that's come back to the Devils this year. Run from dummy half, looks like Harvey. 2 metres out from the line, the Devils. Numbers both sides. They come out to the right-hand side. This is Baldock. And jersey 18. Here the Devils go again. This is Baker. Goes out there to, can't quite pick up that number. I think that's Thorpe. Barker thought about going down the short side. Here's a good run here. That's Sam Horn. A metre out from the line. Last tackle here for Shortland. What do they got? Goes out to Barker. He puts it on the tail. It's not a bad kick, but it's a brilliant catch from Boney. And the pressure is relieved for the Cheetahs. They'll bring this out of their own territory. Now Shortland just want a good set in defence here. Keep the Cheetahs down this part of the park.
We've got the back showing what they can do, working it out of trouble for Waratah Mayfield as the first subs start to warm up on the bench.
So Boney inside pass here to the biggest player in rugby league. He pops a pass out here to Whipper. Whipper's brought down just over the 40. So he goes, Elia again. Bumps away from one. Hard customer to put down on the ground and gets up to the Devils 40. Last tackle now for the Cheetahs. Quick one from dummy half. He's put it on the toe. I think he's going to be too deep. And it just goes over the dead ball line into the shadows. Actually, it almost pulled up there.
Yeah, 1 or 2 metres was all the difference there. A little bit softer, and Shortland really could have been in some trouble. You could see their line speed. They were really, really struggling towards the end of that set as they make their first substitutions. And just the body language early for Shortland, they are pretty tired. They can tell that this has been a real physical team, and I think that pass says a lot.
So Onslow in a dummy half. Gives this here to Jack Parent, charging hard. So they come this short side. Inside ball there to the number 8, Tim Wilson. Brought down on the 40. Done in at dummy half. You go through the hands. This is Barker. A long cut-out pass out here to the centre. He's got a bit of room out here, Dwyer. Dwyer linking up with a winger. It's gone over his head. Cheetahs pick up the ball now. Turning defence into attack. There's a big opportunity here. Stepping around, dancing around. Where's he going to go? Like he's got spiders on him out there on that far side. As Isaac John will play the ball. So Towers, inside pass here is the front rower. Sampson, 5 out from the line. Into the shadows out there on that far side.
And an error, a knock on there from Waratah. And Shortland, hands on head straight away. They are really happy to see that. The mad scramble to get back from those 2 consecutive line breaks. We were going coast to coast there.
Geez, there's some big bobbers in this Waratah Mayfield side.
The bench isn't any smaller.
So we're back underway. The Devils will bring this out of their own territory. Down 10 points to nil. Dream start for the Cheetahs. Mistake off the kickoff allowed Waratah to post points in the first set of 6. It's all uphill for the Devils, but there's plenty of time left in this one. Done at dummy half. There's the pass there to looks like Wilson who will play it. Come down this short side again. Dunn will go for a kick from dummy half, and interesting attempt of a catch there from Whipper.
It was like setting it like a volleyball there.
Going up for the spike. There's a good run from dummy half. Can't quite pick up that number as he just gets tackled on the edge of the cricket pitch. A scamper from dummy half. I think that's Josh Ashee, or Ashee, who will play it. So this is Boney inside, does the dummy. And the inside runner there, and the big number 25, who we don't have on our team list at this stage. This is Warren Towers. Nice ball, and the runner the ball just went behind the runner. He did well to collect it. Here we go again. Towers running to the line, puts it on the toe. There's a man back there to field it, and he's going to get driven back into the goal area. So a repeat set coming up here for Waratah Mayfield.
And a little bit of niggle there off the ball. Waratah pushing Shortland around a little bit as they earn that repeat set. I've got a feeling we've got another try coming here if Waratah can just hold the ball. Shortland really looking out on their feet here, taking as much time as they can to restart with this dropout.
Yeah, I don't blame them. There's Matt Onslow. I think part of the squad of last year's grand final. He's probably the only player from the Shortland Devils grand final win from last year. They've all packed up and left. Back underway. Isaac John dancing around. Eventually he's brought to ground. 28 metres out from the Devils try line. Looks like it's Brendan Allen out there taking the tackle. He said very hard to pick up the numbers when they get out that far side. Here's Boney. Big 25 there, offload. It's a good pass. It's Boney back there, dances around. Full 360, goes back the other way, does a dummy. He's done another dummy. He's got the score, is he? It's very close to the try line.
Some jersey grabbing there from Shortland.
So here's another opportunity here for the Cheetahs. His big fella's rolled up onto his back. He's set very deep out here to the left. Goes to Boney. This is Elijah. Elijah's just going to run himself here. He puts Cody Faint onto a ball, and Cody Faint's over. So Waratah Mayfield get their third try. And it's 14-0, the kick to come.
Yeah, those spine combinations just looking sharp. Close to the line, very threatening there. Thought a try was coming.
Yeah, they certainly are looking sharp. Here it is. Just bumped off a tackle there, and yeah, good try there from Faint, front row.
In ordinary circumstances, you'd say it was almost a hospital ball right at the line there, but with a head of steam up in his size, that close to the line, one-on-one, I'd just say good luck.
You're a defender there. Yeah, thinking, what the hell do I do here? The big 13's charging at you, and you can see out of the corner of your eye, a big 21 is coming at you as well.
It has been a really strong start from Waratah Mayfield. Still a few errors in there, which you're going to get in the wet and you're going to get in round one, but I think these are very promising signs. And well, if you're a Shortland fan, I think you just need possession at this point.
So Boney adds the extras, and it's now 16 points to 0. Waratah Mayfield over the Shortland Devils here on Quizmasters Friday Night Football. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. This is the Win Network A-grade premiership. There's two other games happening around the traps tonight later on. Well, it would have just kicked off. Dungog against Clarencetown up at Bennett Park in Dungog. And also just up on the hill, Dudley's hosting Dora Creek in another A-grade fixture. So good to see a few Friday night games happening around the place as we're back underway. Cheaters.
There's a good turnout here at Waratah Oval, so obviously the club supporters are keen for Friday night footy too.
Yeah, they're always very well supported, both of these teams, and it's been a long off-season and they're keen to get out there and support their local clubs. So, Cheetahs, 3 tries in the first 20 minutes of this one. And it's fair to say they've had all the ball. Shortland, I just want a couple of repeat sets just to give their forwards a bit of a breather. Here's a liar, he's been dangerous, he flicks it out there far. It's not a bad pass here. There's a man coming in on the inside. Carlton takes the tackle. Looks like it's Boney that's picked it up. It's very hard to see at that far side. He had Isaac John out in the wing backing up. So here they go again, the Cheetahs. Through the hands they go again. This is faint. Just picked up a try a moment ago. 15 out, last tackle. So it goes to Boney. He'll put this on the toe. It's down low. It's been picked up. A good take there from Gary Baker. And we've got a penalty for Shortland, so this will help the cause.
That is massive for them. Working out a set from 1 metre outside their try line wasn't going to be easy. As we said, possession is key for them. They've really had almost no ball and didn't look like that kick was going to make the touchline.
I thought that too. Almost saw something special from Buster G. So Shortland Devils, they've had a mountain of defence to do. Now see it turn with the football. Just want to hang on to it here and just get a good kick away. I said it's a different Devil side from 2018 that won the comp. All the players moving on, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's also good to see a lot of former Devils returning. This is Carlton.
That's the first time Shortland have looked threatening with the ball in hand for a little while. As wow,
I'm not sure what that was from Baker.
That was a drop kick, I think. They made me eat my words, Shortland. They had that great little enterprising run on the short side there, followed up with an absurd.
It was almost like a soccer play when a player's injured, you just kick it over the sideline.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that on a field before, but Shortland back defending again as Waratah reach the halfway line.
Looks like Sam Press will play it on halfway. Go down that far side corridor. Good metres there again.
Easy metres for Waratah Mayfield here. And a penalty to help their cause.
So looks like Steve Dunn was down too long in the tackle. So a player there limping back into defensive line for Shortland. He looks like he's in a bit of trouble. He's signalling to the bench. Wants to come off.
And the referee will have to stop play. Just laying down in the defensive line now.
So the referee
clutching at a knee.
The referee will call time off. 16-0. The Cheetahs up at this stage.
And Shortland will not be in a hurry to restart play here. The water ball is being thrown around. Plenty of hands on hips.
Well, this will be quite handy for. I hope the fella out there is okay, but it gives the Shortland players an opportunity to suck in some big ones. And
I think it's a lock forward for Shortland. Off the field now.
Jaden Tung, the captain coach, he's taken over the duties this year.
It's not good to see in any match, but of course, first half of a round one game. It's very disappointing after a long off-season, and losing your captain, coach, that's huge.
It certainly is. Shortland have been around. They almost look like they're going to fold over the off-season. Massive clean-out, and it's great to see so many of the players have returned to keep this side going. Jaden Tongue, one of them. Unfortunately, it could be the end of his night. Big shout out to a former Shortland Devil too, Richie LeBrock. He'll be watching. So we're back underway. The Cheetahs looking for their fourth. Here we go through to Alia. Gives it to Elia. Come out of the defensive line quick there. Elia is still going. Pop the pass to Boney.
It's been ruled forward though. Waratah Mayfield pleading with the ref to look at some off the ball play. A bit of niggle creeping into the game as Shortland get frustrated and Waratah Mayfield try to out-muscle them.
Well, they're certainly winning in that stakes at the moment. So the Devils just need to get some decent ball as Onslow feeds the scrum. Now we've got a penalty here for the Devils, so this will help.
A 2-on-1 strip. Quick tap attempted, but brought back.
Yeah, so they'll just slow things down and Gary Baker will look for touch. So 16-0 here on Quizmasters Friday Night Footy here at Waratah Oval. The first one was round one. Not sure where we'll be at next week. So tap taken, just brought down 35 out from their own line, the Devils. As the number 15 is on, it's Riley Taylor for Shortland. Steve Dunn at dummy half, the one-handed pick up, the inside pass back into the number 8, Tim Wilson. Oh, it's been put down. So nothing going right as Adam Harris just spills his lollies there.
I was just about to say it was the first time we've really seen Shortland enter the Waratah half in quite a few minutes. We're setting up for a backline play, and a try to close out the second half would really be a boost as they go into the break. Not to be.
So we're back underway. And the Cheetahs again. Well, driven back now. This is good defence from the Devils.
That will lift the team.
All the small players involved in that one, including Gary Baker. Looks like Myers from a scamper from dummy half will play it. Inside pass here, Sampson back on the field.
And not the biggest team, but plenty of numbers in tackles.
So they're just the Devils' side of halfway. There's Tualia. Bumps off one. And Harvey comes again with a help there from, well, it is Jaden Tongue out there in 13. So apologies to the Tongue family. We got that wrong. He's still out there. And here's Buster G down the sideline. He's been wrapped up in a good tackle there from Jackson Thorne.
Does a great job to stay in field. So Waratah had their last tackle.
So it's a big boot there from Boney. It's a dangerous one for Carlton, the fullback, but it's gone dead. So we'll come back out the 20 for a restart. Now, Ethan, as you mentioned, you've got the Katara Bears at Hudson Park tomorrow. Big game here. You pumped? You ready to go?
I won't be playing, actually. I won't be playing, but I'm pumped for the team. We are, really excited. It's been a long off-season. I know a lot of players from last year's grand final keen to get out and have a run after that after that loss.
Yeah, that's one I've been told not to bring up during the commentary, so I'm glad you did. So here we go again now, the Devils. Opportunity out wide. Dwyer is wrapped up on that far side. In the red boots. It's always handy for the commentator when you see a player different coloured boots. So can the Devils get one here before the break? Go through the hands here. It's the big number 10. Fagerstrom, very good run.
That's really the first time we've seen Waratah Mayfield miss tackles.
Good run from dummy half. It's not a bad ball. And Riley Taylor, I don't think he was expecting it. It was a beautiful ball from Steve Dunn. And did it hit him in the melon? I'm not sure.
It was the right option. I think it was straight on the chest. The ball was fired out there.
A good run from Joshua Fagerstrom. It got them on the front foot. It was a lovely ball, and we were just watching the replay.
Yeah, that's one the teammates aren't going to forget.
So they're showing glimpses of the Devils. They're down 16 points to 0, but showing glimpses that they are a good footy team, and they've got the ball in hand. So running from dummy half, a steal. Pops out the back. Buster G's come in off his wing, and he's probably going to get his first taste of being tackled on the cricket pitch.
It's a rare joy for wingers.
Slow play the ball. It's back to Boney. Puts this on the toe, and Carlton's down there, but they beat him over the sideline. It does. Excuse me. And keep swallowing some bugs around here tonight at Waratah.
Yeah, the Mozzies aren't shy this evening. It was a great kick from Waratah Mayfield, though.
So, scrum will pack 10 metres out from the line. We've got the fans coming up, and were they after autographs then, Ethan? Or
checking to see how long we've got left.
Oh. Well, we're just over halfway in this, so there's about 15 minutes. Well, just over 15 minutes remaining in this first half. But don't have the luxury of an electronic scoreboard. Maybe if Newcastle Council's watching, they can maybe put one here at Waratah Oval. And also maybe some lights in the grandstand. It's very hard to see.
Well, there are lights. The lights aren't turned on, though.
Anyway, we'll stop complaining. This is local footy at its best.
It's round one for the groundsman here too.
You're doing it tougher than I didn't have time to write down the names for you. We'll try and get to that at half time. As Perrin makes a run just short of halfway. Here's Baker, I should say, does a big dummy. He's going to be brought down just short of halfway. Last tackle for the Devils. They go out to the left-hand side. It was a dodgy pass. And it was even a dodgy kick. And now it looks like we're playing AFL. The referee still called. It was a flick out the back. And eventually the Cheetahs pick it up. Well, you know what was going on there?
That was really something to see here. There's all sorts there. I was surprised the referee let it play on as long as it did, actually.
Thought we were watching AFL there for a moment.
Plenty of scramble, and of course, you know, a lot of these players, they as you've mentioned, well, they've come back from a year or a number of years off, so there'll be plenty of new combinations taking time to gel. You can't be too critical of these teams early in the match, or early in the season in their first match.
So the Cheetahs bringing this out. Boney dancing around. He's been brought down. Looks like Onslow making the tackle. She was the 17, Adam Harris. So after an onslaught early, the Devils have done well to keep this score to 16, really. Here's Sampson. few players formerly of the South Newcastle Lions have come across to the Cheetahs, helping get this great club back on its feet. Good run there. Tuala will play the ball. 35 out from the Devils line. Goes through the hands. Towers, long cut-out pass there. There's an opportunity out here wide. There's an even better chance for Isaac John in the corner. Still going, John. Dancing around. He's got spiders on him as the rain comes down. Still a chance out here far for Myers. He's going to score in the corner. The referee likes it. Jackson Myers scores the try. Waratah get their fourth.
It's not the first time we've seen them threaten down that right edge, and to be honest, probably not the first try they should have scored down there. Seen some opportunities there earlier. They've got some pace in that right edge. And it was the man who really set things alight.
Yep, Jackson Myers, he got over in the headgear. So, try there before half time.
As you said, Paul, the rain coming down, wind starting to pick up here as well, so this won't be an easy conversion from the sideline. The grandstand is starting to swell.
Yeah, everyone's coming in, they're getting out of the rain. It's not too heavy. What's worse, standing out the rain or sitting in the grandstand listening to us carry on?
Well, at least you get to ask how many minutes you got left in the game.
So Boney will look to add the extras. That wind's coming across the face of this attempt to kick. It's holding up nicely, but just gone across the face again. So it remains 20 points to 0. Waratah over Shortland here on Quizmasters Friday Night Football here on Bar TV Sports. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Let us know where you're watching from.
And the wind is at Shortland's back here, so hopefully that can give them a bit of a lift as they look to finish the second half.
So it's a grubbering kick to restart, but they give it straight to the front rail to Ali again. Some big contact there.
And the ball has come loose. Shortland have the ball. Some of the Shortland defenders didn't even realise where the ball was.
It was big contact. Jackson Thorpe just lined up to Alio, and he's got his team the ball back. His tongue.
There will be some sore bodies tomorrow.
That's probably a good thing about playing Friday night. You've got 2 days to recover. Onslow finds Baker going through the hands. It was a dodgy one there, and Thorpe spilled it, but there's play on here. There's a foot race out here in the middle. Waratah's leading at this stage. Another toe ahead. Carlton's coming. It's 2-on-2 here. Will he pick it up? Slide across the line? No. Entertaining stuff here at Waratah Oval.
I think we'll be lucky not to see a sin binning here.
Sloppy pass. Boney. The referee's ruled 6 to go as the rain comes down even heavier. Steele waits for a dummy half. It looks like there's going to be a blue.
It's a great scramble from Shortland to get there as that rain really starts to bucket down and frustrations build.
Yep, someone's turned the tap on here at Waratah Oval. It's bucketing down. And players just getting a little friendly out there in the middle. Again, Shortland won't mind this, just slowing the play down. Maybe that was a plan, just to let the forwards get their breath back.
As I said, I think they're very lucky not to have had fullback Carlton sin bin there. He was certainly testing the referee's patience, holding down the attacker after that line break.
So the referee's talking to Jason Boney, the skipper, and Cody Faint. He's just been told to go away. And the Cheetahs will get a penalty. And they're going to take the tap. Big moment in the game coming up here. Here's a big run here from the number 25. We don't have him on the score sheet. And he's been held up.
A lot of the tries we've seen so far have been from second phase play or from the ball going through the hands. It'll be interesting to see with the rain coming down how that changes Waratah Mayfield's attack.
So Ashy waits for it at dummy half in jersey 3. Goes to Jason Boney. He goes to Towers. There's the long cutout pass and it's gone to ground. So it's a let off there. Big let off there for the Devils. As this rain is quite heavy now. So the Devils, he's out. It's just like Wilson again. Actually, it's Fagerstrom. He'll play this 35 out from his own line. This is the number 12, Perrin. Come down this short side. Oh, heavy contact. The ball's come loose. And G couldn't pick it up. In the end, the referee will just call a scrum. So a disappointing end of that set of 6 for the Devils. And as I said, let us know where you're watching from. And got a few there on the views. And Lauren Johnson writes that we should be doing the Dungog v Clarencetown game. Well, maybe next time, Lauren, but
is it any drier up there?
Yeah, if it is any drier, we should have been up there anyway. So the scrum, Waratah win the scrum. Heavy contact there, and we've got a penalty for it. So it's still 20 points to nil to Waratah Mayfield. 4 tries, 2 conversions.
You don't see that very often. Halfback.
Full start.
Yeah.
So a good touch finder.
You can tell it's slippery when you're almost making an error kicking for touch.
25 out. And now we're just waiting for a ball. I think the ball boys there have gone for cover. And the trainers
doing overtime.
Yeah, well, no one in the crowd's going to go out and get it. I don't blame them. So eventually we'll get back underway. Steele gets us back underway. He gives it to Alia. Good run. He leaves a couple of players in his way.
Just that Jackson Thorpe throw himself. Torpedo himself.
Come off second best. He goes Towers again. Linking up here on the outside. There's a golden opportunity here for the Cheetahs.
Thorpe is really in trouble running for the sideline. Made a quick substitution.
So the 17's out there for Shortland. It's Adam Harris. Here's Boney again. The ball's popped out of the back. It's a bit of hot potato stuff at the moment.
They're not shy about throwing it around in the wet.
Well, when you're up 20-0, you can do anything. So they come down the short side. Towers finds Faint. Cody Faint's going to get his second try of the night. Waratah Cheetahs 24. Shortland Devils yet to score.
They can try the razzle-dazzle, but I think that is where points are going to come from in the wet like this. Just short balls to big men close to the line.
Yeah. Strong first half display by the Waratah Cheetahs. Big front rower, Cody Faint, out wide. So, hasn't been this strong for a couple of months. It's absolutely flogging down here at Waratah Oval.
A few minutes ago I was almost going to say I can't imagine it getting any heavier, but it has. We've got bench players in raincoats here. Seating turned upside down so it doesn't pool water.
Some of the officials, they're going to the shelter. they've had enough. They want it to be half time.
We have a rule for drinks breaks in heat. Do we have a a rule for pouring rain?
Well, it's not a bad kick. It's almost disappearing in the rain. So that is half time. And it's Waratah Mayfield leading the Shortland Devils 24 points to 0. We'll take a break here on Bar TV Sports and come back to the second half of the Quizmasters Friday Night Football. Welcome back here to Waratah Oval, where it's the home side in command. 24 points to 0 here over the Shortland Devils. And am I safe to say, Ethan, that the rain has eased a little bit?
Eased marginally as Shortland return. Might be picking up the boos from the grandstand. It's not a very welcome reception as they return to the field.
The Shorty boys just walking past the grandstand where all the locals are now sitting behind us in the grandstand. It's adds a bit of atmosphere. So the Devils, they've got a big mountain to climb here.
A few of the Shortland players running out to receive a kick-off, not realising they will be kicking.
Well, they didn't really get much of a start. They made a meal of the first start of the match.
And if we saw handling errors in what we can only remember now as fonder, drier times, I think it's only going to get worse here in the second half. And Shortland do have a massive effort if they are going to be competitive.
So the bench players are still, well, Adam Harris, he was going to take a seat on the bench and he's got called out onto the field. So we're underway for the second half here at the Quizmasters Friday Night Football. This is the Win Network A-grade competition as Sampson charges into the defence. There's about 5 Devils in there to make the tackle and he still gets the offload. So a good start here for the Cheetahs, I should say. Inside pass from Towers finds a layup.
A few concerns for Baker, retreating to the wing. Looks like he has an issue with the right shoulder, stretching that out.
Yeah, it's not good. You've just come out in the field, made a tackle, and he's going back into the field now. It looks like Ashy out there taking the tackle on the 40. Here's Elia again, his second hit up of this set. Taken down on halfway. Steele waits for it at dummy half. There's a awkward one, but Towers puts the boot onto it. And Carlton's waiting for it. Dan Carlton will run straight into the line where he's met there by Jackson Myers. And helping out in the tackle also was looks like Ashy also there. Oh, thought he spilt that. The referee thinks so as well. Nothing going right here for the Devils.
And as these players move around, you can actually start to see there are some puddles on the field. A few divots coming up as well.
Yeah, it'll be an uphill battle here for the Devils, but it's only 4 converted tries, and you can see games turn around quickly in Newcastle under Rugby League. It's a good pass here. Finds John. Isaac John dancing around, gets away from a couple. He's brought down 18 metres out from the Devils line. Myers will go for a run from dummy half. Looks for the offload and just pops straight up the air. And Elias just picked it up and the referee's seen a hand in it. We've got 6 to go. So they come the short side. And Steele's been wrapped up there. So Myers goes into dummy half. Oh, big hit.
Done very well to control the ball there.
So they go to the left-hand side. Elia, cut out pass, finds Towers. Towers is just going to be wrapped up out there on that far side. 10 metres out from the line. They're stacked out that short side. They go that way through Boney, and Boney's been crunched. Ball goes backwards. And the Cheetahs have still got it. Bit of luck there for the Maroon and Golds. Here's Elia again. Bumping off tackles and is eventually brought down. Last tackle now. Come out this way, close to the camera. Boney puts it on the toe. It's been picked up by Carlton. It was a good take. He almost fumbled it. Managed to grab it in. So a little run there from dummy half from Dunn. There's another run here. Runs from dummy half seem to be the order of the day. The ball's come loose. Been picked up here by Meyer. Meyer's still going.
Looking for the offload, can't find it.
I don't think Towers realised they had the ball. Now he does. He's got the ball in his hand. Towers throws the pass to Elia. It's been put down. So a let off there for the Devils.
Referee running shuttles at this point. Not much ball control here. Shortland is starting to work it out again, bringing it up to their 20.
So Perrin will play it. Go out that far side. A short pass there. Can't quite pick up who that is on that far side as they go even further out here. And this looks like Shortland's favourite son, Brendan Baldock. Hasn't seen much game time. A scamper there from Harvey. He's wrapped up, so they're not making too many metres off this set, the Devils. Onslow with the boot. It's going to go down to Isaac John. The defence is coming down. This is good to see. Not going to throw the towel in, the Devils. John will play the ball. 25 out from his own line. This is Jackson Myers again. Got away from one. Eventually he's brought down. That rain has eased off a bit now. A bit of a run from dummy half. Looks like Sam Press. How are you enjoying your first stint at commentary on Bar TV, Ethan?
I'm enjoying it more than I would be if I had to be out there in this weather.
You've got about 50 co-callers surrounding us at the moment. Going through the hands now. Elia out on that far side. Pops the pass. It's a good pass to G. G's got around one. He's still going. And then he's just crunched into the sideline. And the referee's given a penalty.
A shoulder charge. And we have some Shortland players down on the far side of the field.
I think he's come off, second best after the shoulder.
And moving around, but have remained horizontal, clutching at a left knee. Did mention the divots there earlier. I'd hate to see.
It's Brendan Baldock. He's just gone down in agony. He didn't have anything to do with the play at all. He was coming across and the knee's just given away. Hopefully he's not too serious, but he doesn't look good there at all. As you can see, the trainer's come across to the umbrella. I don't know if that's going to do much help at this stage, but he looks like he's getting to his feet, which is good signs.
Maybe after an early shower.
It's very hard to see over that far side. There could be a sniper over there or something. But he's getting walked off the sideline now, so that's great news. Hopefully he's not too bad.
It's not the first Shortland player we have seen come off tonight or assisted from the field tonight. So Joel Craven, he's warming up on the sideline. He'll come on to replace Baldock. And Waratah, they've got a penalty out of this for the shoulder charge. So we're back underway. And the rain has got absolutely heavy again. 24-0, the Cheetahs up. Here's Boney, short pass into Elia. He's a very hard man to stop this close to the line. He's dancing around and he's brought down eventually 5 out from the Devils line. Steele from dummy half. Has numbers there for the Devils, but very hard to bring him down. Boney's in at dummy half now. Short pass. I think it hit Sampson in the head. And it's gone over the dead ball line and will come back out for the 20.
And I think Shortland should consider themselves lucky there. I don't think they made that substitution for Baldock. They were defending there with 12.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I can still see down here on the sideline Craven. He's putting the rain jacket back on.
I don't know if that's a good sign for Baldock.
It looks like Steve Dunn's coming on. He's on the sideline down that far corner. So anyway, Baldock's walking around, which is, I guess, a little bit of good news. Here goes Carlton from dummy half. You can see the splash there on the cricket pitch. I'm just on the edge of the cricket pitch. Plenty of water. Here's Baker. Nice pass. Linking up there with Dwyer on the 40. So come down this short side. Dunn. Cut out pass. It's not a bad ball, but he spilled it. Sam Christie. Just unlucky there. It was the right idea from Dunn. And just that last pass. In this type of weather, it's very hard to keep a handle on it.
Yeah, it's a tricky position for Shortland to be in, because when you're 24 down, you really can't be all that conservative. You've got to throw the ball around and take some chances, but in weather like this, it's just so difficult to complete.
So a few players on their feet on the sideline for Waratah Mayfield, getting ready to come back on as they go through the hands here. Here's a chance here for G. He's been very busy up there on that far wing for the Waratah Mayfield Cheetahs.
And in the background, the chants starting to pick up from the crowd.
Very good crowd here. The grandstand's full. And the rest of them, they're taking cover underneath the canteen. Luckily here at Waratah Oval, there is a fair bit of shelter. This is Sampson. So they're 20 out from the Devils line. Boney goes to Towers. Here's a good pass here to Whipper. Does the dummy here. He's linking up. Here's a chance here. Waratah. We've got another one here for the Cheetahs.
I think it's Myers that's crossed over there.
Jackson Myers puts the ball down. The referee likes it. That's 28-0 with the kick to come. And just going through the hands. It was pretty easy in the end for the Waratah Mayfield side.
And that's an example of not so conservative football playing off in the wet. Waratah Mayfield extending their lead, and yeah, I don't see Shortland coming back now. I think if it was ever beyond doubt.
Yeah, it's been a solid first up outing for the Cheetahs. They're back in a big way in 2019.
What do you think they're saying in the Shortland huddle? Paul, looking forward to that warm shower.
Oh, I think he just... He's probably, let's just write this off, guys. Let's get back to the Shorty Tavern and worry about next week. It's a tough ask.
They've come up against a bigger side.
That's a good kick from Boney. Adding the extra, so it's now 30-0. Waratah Mayfield over Shortland. And still, well, just under half an hour remaining in this one, so this could be anything he score. If Waratah click into gear. Another deep restart. Towers takes it. Gives this here to Elia. He's met heavily. Good front on collision there from Horn. Also Dunn helping out. Jaden Tongue in there from Marker, making the tackle. Looked like a forward pass there from dummy half, but not to be. 35 out from their own line. Side pass to Elia. Gee, he's been busy. The lock forward for Waratah.
He's looked threatening every time he has the ball in hand. As Waratah pick up another quick play the ball, but
well, that's gone
to no one.
It's gone straight to Daniel Dwyer. So Baker in at dummy half. This is Sam Horn. Big collision there. It's Steve Dunn. surging forward up to the 30. Carlton in a dummy half. Trying to step. It's very hard to get your grip in this wet weather. The grass is cut pretty short here at Waratah Oval. Go through the hands on that far side. It'll be looks like Thorpe is still out there in number 4. He got the big knock in the first half. Baker puts this high in the air. It's a difficult one out here for John, the winger. He spilled it. It's been picked up here and then put to ground by Christie.
It was really their first attacking kick of the game, and I think Shortland were pretty wise in letting Isaac John just make a meal of that. It's always going to be difficult in the wet. The other team breathing down your neck. Shortland very happy just to watch Waratah and Mayfield make that error. It'll be interesting to see what they can do. 10 metres out. I can't remember them having been in this position so far this game.
Onslow giving that out there to Harris. 15 out from the line. Can the Devils get on the board? It's a run from dummy half. Good run there. It looks like done. This is Tongue. Going to get the offload, but eventually he's brought to ground. Still out the front of the sticks. Here's Baker. Baker does a dummy. The defence is up pretty quickly there for the Cheetahs. Go through the hands again, and the big fella, Tim Wilson, says I'll just go straight forward. And this is the last. Numbers both sides. Singing out for it for the left, but Dunn puts it on the toe. We've got another knock on. It's just been booted over to Waratah number 5.
So Shortland applying pressure, first repeat set of the game. And I think they're starting to realise if they can hang on to the ball, it's just a matter of time before they can pick up their first points of the season.
So the scramble pack, 10 out from the line. They're set deep out here to the left-hand side. Here's Baker. Baker, he steps back inside again, and the defence is awake to it again. Done at dummy half. Here's Tongue. Tongue had Sam Horn on his outside, but he's just taken the tackle. There's still 5 out from the line. The Devils still searching for their first points of the night. Looks like Tim Wilson charging onto it again. And he's brought up short. Good defence here from the Cheetahs. We see Dunn dancing around. He's looking for support. Does another dummy and passes it back into the inside. We have a try here. We've got a try here for the Devils. I think the referee likes it. He does. Is this a comeback even?
Well, the crowd don't like it. Might be cheers and boos in equal measure here.
Well, Steve Dunn did well. He had a dummy half, and he was just looking for a straight runner. And very hard to tell. But anyway, they're on the score sheet. 30 points to 4 for kick right in front. So Nick Onslow will look to add the extras. So the crowd, they've been very vocal tonight. It's been good to start the season off as Onslow taps this one over.
Yeah, Shortland won't be in a hurry to come back here and play their next match.
So we've still just got over 20 minutes remaining in this match. Here's where there's life, there's hope.
They're looking enthusiastic. They're set. Waratah Mayfield dawdling back to halfway.
You can see on that cricket pitch, the puddles, they're just sitting there. It's not soaking into the ground at all. The rain is a bit lighter now. Dunn takes the first hit up of this set. So that looks like Riley Taylor out there going for a run from dummy half as Carlton goes into dummy half. Here's Baker. He links up with Sam Horn. Horn flicks it out the back. And I think Horn's regathered. So he's passed to himself there. Put
6
that one
to
on the
go.
stats. Oh, that one's just gone over the head of Dwyer. And Waratah Mayfield now have a golden opportunity as Myers goes down the short side. Here's Sampson. So the Cheetahs, they're hungry for more points. Tualia out the back to Towers. Towers looking for runners. He links up with Boney. Here's a good pass out here to Ashee. I believe that's Whipper out there on that far side. See you get over there. It's a good guess.
Ball's been lost over there.
So good defence out wide by Shortland. We've got another player down in the centre of the field. And Craven ready to come on again. Has he been warming up since Baldock's injury?
So every time I look down there, he's warming up on the sideline.
Just trying to keep warm in the wet.
It's been a tough night here at Waratah Oval, especially if you're a Devil supporter. So just reading a few of the comments on Facebook. Kobe Martin, Shorten have won the toss and have elected to bat. Well, they're behind the run rate at the moment. So good news. I can't quite pick. Looks like it's number 9. It looks like it's Steve Dunn. He's back on his feet and
Limping. Doesn't look...
Yeah.
He's had better days.
Well,
Jeez.
if Waratah, so if Waratah win the scrum feed, you know where they're running. But luckily for them, the Devils win the scrum.
He's dummy half. He's probably got the most ground to cover of any player on the field.
Here's Dwyer. He's been pushed back there. Myers and also John in the tackle. Good hard run there from Jack Perrin. He's tried hard tonight for Shortland. So is this man, Tim Wilson. So Jaden Tung's gone into dummy half, it looks like. He's Onslow. Just chipped this over into open pastures there, charging through. Carlton's leading the chase. But Isaac John's there to clean it up. So Whipper in at dummy half. Is this here to Ashee, or Ashee. Good run here, and he's been picked out of the line and
Great defence.
So they're still hitting hard, the Devils, even though they're behind on the score sheet. The rain has eased. Here's Sampson. He's brought down just short of halfway. Last tackle for Waratah. Slow to his feet there. As Boney puts this on the toe. Goes back and Colton's there to field it. And he'll run straight back into the defensive line. So just short of the 30. There's Nolan. He'll go for a run. Brought down on the cricket pitch. You can see a few players are starting to feel the effects of cramps out there in the centre, and the big hits. Fagerstrom coming off second best there. Baker looks up here with Horn. One hand to pick up here from Tongue, coming down the short side. He's picked up there by Towers and also Press. Last tackle for the Devils. Goes back to Onslow. Tuali come through. I think the referee, he's going to rule a penalty. Tuali was a bit late. Onslow's back to his feet.
And I think both teams take a bit of a rest here, but we had 3 players down with either cramps or ankle injuries at some point. Well, Shortland, quick to restart.
This is Joshua Fagerstrom again. So they go down the short side, and Tongue is now playing predominantly at dummy half, and now the ball's come loose. As a referee, he's called forward pass there.
Maybe a little too enthusiastic with the quick tap there.
So the scrum will pack just short of the 10-metre line. Waratah, it's fair to say that they've taken the foot off the accelerator. Good defence there from Shortland. They're not throwing the towel in. This is Myers. So just going off the mark, the referee tells him to take it back 5 centimetres. As Ashy runs from dummy half. Well, the 14 is on for Waratah. It's Witters. I don't think he's seen much out there in the middle as they make a break down the far side of the ground. They get up to halfway. They're set deep out to this right-hand side. Here's Boney, the skipper. Left from the front, so's Towers. Towers has taken on halfway. He played with Stockton in last year's grand final. Good kick, finds the touchline on the 20-metre zone. We're into the final 20 minutes of this one.
Has been a much more competitive second half. I think a 6-all scoreline.
Yes.
In the second half, so Shortland have come out to play.
So after this, the Waratah Mayfield boys, they'll head off to the Mex. Shortland boys, they'll head off to the Shortland Tavern. Where do the uni boys go for a beer and some food after the game?
We'll be back to the Exchange tomorrow night. Beaumont Street, new sponsor this year. Had our trivia night there last Friday.
How'd you go?
Not proud to say I lost it for our team. Lost it for our team in a tiebreaker. How many minutes in a year? Yeah,
no idea, I can't help.
Yeah, no calculators, and the maths wasn't really holding up at that point in the evening.
So they go through their hands on the far side. Harris. Certainly plenty of water on Waratah Oval at the moment, but the ground's holding up well. Extremely well, to be honest.
Yeah, we have complimented the ball handling of these teams in patches tonight, and I think if you were playing on a different field, that'd be a completely different story.
So there's a high one there from Onslow. It's not a bad kick, it's a spiralling bomb. It's spun back and it's been picked up by Fagerstrom. And that will be a handover. So, disappointing end.
Shortland really hoping for a second kick there. They had numbers on that side. It was just an unkind bounce for them. Again, using that strategy of hoping Waratah Mayfield make an error by playing at it in the wet.
Here's Jackson Myers. And a strong game, the number 4. Witters at dummy half. Looks like the winger, John's come in for a run. So go that far side through Boney. There's a good pass out there on that far side, linking up with, it looks like Ashy. Ashy's still going on. Oh, Kelton hung the arm out there.
Yeah, I think we are very lucky not to see Shortland playing with 12 after that one.
It looks like a good old-fashioned clothesline, and the referee's just going to award a penalty, and that'll be that.
Yeah, a bit of frustration now creeping into the game. Yeah, that one.
Just a bit of a face slap, really. Anyway, another chance here for Waratah Mayfield to score a try, as you said. It's locked up at 6-all this second half. So winding down the final moments of this one, and another player down in back play, back on Waratah's side of halfway.
I think the Denker rub's starting to wear off at this point for the teams.
Looks like it's Waratah's captain coach, Jason Boney's down with the trainer this side of halfway. He's on his feet, which is good, but looks like this could be the end of his night.
So a bit of a reshuffle for the Waratah Mayfield spine. Have Steele returning to the field.
He's taking his time to leave the field here, Boney, and number 18, Bollenden, has come onto the field. I don't think I've mentioned his name tonight, so it could be his first minutes of the game. Jesse Bollenden in jersey 18 with the headgear. Here's Elijah. Going out the back, here's Towers again. He's past the feint. He's looking for a hat trick. Don't know what a track trick is, but he's looking for that too. Here's a big run here from the 17 Witters. It's Michael French. Witters is at dummy half. He waits for it. It's been a long night here. Here's Towers. Towers will run himself. Good pass, and he finds Elijah. And the Cheetahs are over again.
Yeah, that is one for the highlights reel. That gap in the Shortland defensive line just opened up. Towers backed himself.
Yeah, just too powerful and strong tonight, the Waratah Mayfield boys. Did a great job. Warren Towers, he's basically been catching and passing all night. He decided to run and puts big Elijah into a gap and scores a try.
Yeah, all things considered, the smaller Shortland pack have done pretty well to be as competitive and as physical as they have. The goal line defence has been patchy, but when it's been good, it has been really good. And you know, from the kickoff, they haven't shied away from confrontation. So the bench just looking a little thin for them now.
Yeah, well, you see their hooker, Steve Dunn, he's trying to keep those hamstrings loose,
Well, he is
stretching
done.
out. I think he's done, his namesake. Sam Horn, he comes to the bench as well. He's had a good game, but the Cheetahs have just outclassed the Devils here tonight. Warren Towers, a bit of a revenge of some sorts for Warren Towers here tonight. So he adds the extras. As I mentioned, Warren Towers, he was 5'8" for Stockton in last year's grand final, losing grand final to Shortland. But this Devil side is completely different to last year. A lot of players moving on. So Onslow will get us back underway. It's a grubber kick, well picked up there from Sam Press. So slow play the ball. Looks like Whipper's gone into dummy half. As Elia goes for a run. He's brought down on the 40. So come back out this short side. That's Michael French. come down the short side again. This is Towers, finds Fate. Baker's in there to make the tackle along with Dwyer. And Steele, here's the pass back to Towers. He just chips this over. The winger's coming through. I'll be careful down there. Christie ducks underneath him.
He's done well.
And he pinches another couple. And Dwyer now will take the tackle. As Carlton will go for a scamper from dummy half. He's close to the sideline, but he did well to burrow his way down onto the ground. Here's Perrin.
It's all one out for Shortland now. They're very bunched.
And it's understandable.
Behind the ruck.
They've had a lot of work to do. There's Wilson, big front rower, takes another hit up. They are a man down on the bench tonight. The Devils, they've lost Baldock. Zonslow gets the kick away. It's going to split the winger and fullback. Whipper's back there to pick it up. And he gets past one, but he's brought down eventually. 25 out from his own line. G will go in at dummy half and try and run around them here. He has just done that. He's looking for support. He tries to step around Carlton, but the cover defence comes and wraps him up. Good run that from G. Bolden goes in at dummy half. Oh, he's just slipped over there and almost drowned in the cricket pitch.
Waratah Aquatic Centre.
So we're now 30 up from the Devils line. There's Towers, runs to the line. Good pass.
Very
big
flat
hole,
ball.
but it's gone forward. That was unlucky.
Some protests from the back rows of the grandstand.
It was the best ball of the night.
The crowd don't like it.
Davo was rookie 1998.
Myers thought he was through for another try.
Certainly found a hole there. He's playing a bit of offside touch there.
Go there.
So anyway, there's another play down with some cramp. Did say to the missus I'll be home at 8:30 tonight. It doesn't look like that's going to happen.
We had a few players out there shaking hands in the scrum. They're ready to call it a night, I think.
Yeah, both teams not in any hurry to pack this scrum. So Baker feeds it. And we're back underway. Oh, and it's a shocker for Taylor. To be fair, it was heading straight, well, almost went over his head. So it's that sort of night for Shortland, that's for sure. Nothing going right.
And a few people in the crowd, they've seen enough. Going to beat the traffic out of Waratah Oval.
Yes, good crowd. They've hung around tonight, so the grandstand's full. You probably hear it through the effects mic and down around the canteen. It's a bit of shaded area there. They're clamouring underneath that. The rain is just light rain now. The ball pops out again. Before he's going to call another scrum. So this is the Win Network A-grade premiership this year. We thank Win Network for getting involved with Newcastle and Hunter Community Rugby League, and also Quizmasters Trivia for jumping on again to sponsor the Friday night footy. It's been a big night here. We saw Waratah Mayfield, the girls getting over Maitland United, and they're going to get the double with the boys 36 in front of Shortland 6. It's been a good night for Waratah Mayfield.
And they picked up the ball here again after a Shortland error.
So here's Elijah again. He'll take the tackle. 8 metres out. They come out to this right-hand side. Towers. Short pass to Faint, but it's gone to ground. And we'll have another scrum.
I've got a feeling we'll be seeing a few more scrums before the end of the match.
Just winding the clock down now.
Well, that clock at home, it says 73. It's probably about 75. Well, it's probably about 5 minutes to go. It's been a good return to Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League for Waratah Mayfield. They've done a lot of work, their committee, to get a team back out onto the paddock. And they're going to celebrate a return with a win. The Devils aren't done yet. Perrin takes another hit up. They'd like one more try to finish off tonight. The defence from Waratah, it's been superb. They go down that short side again. It's Fagerstrom. Just short of halfway. Last tackle for Shortland. Kicking out a dummy half is Tongue. Goes over the fullback. He's back there in the shadows to pick it up.
Whipper, he was having shoulder issues all throughout that set.
He's fallen awkwardly, and hopefully it's just a cramp. But he doesn't look in a good way there, young Whipper, the fullback.
All throughout that set, he was with the trainer, clutching his shoulder. And as soon as he hit the deck there, you could just tell he wasn't getting back up again.
Oh, there's a big bit of turf that's up there as well. So he's had a good game, the fullback. Hopefully it's just cramp. So it's been a long second half, this of all stoppages. He's back on his feet, which is good news.
And Boney's on his feet on the sideline too. Looks like he might be ready to come on for a substitution if Whipper is to leave the field.
Yeah, he's just run onto the field now. So the captain coach is going to finish the game off. Here's Elijah. And French takes a hit up now. So 7 tries to 1. It's a big effort from Waratah Mayfield tonight. And a return to Waratah Oval, or return to A grade. They'll take their time with the play the ball. Big dummy from dummy half. Taken down on the 40. Almost forgot it. Towers. It's deflected. It's gone out in the full.
Touched.
The referee's going to call the scrum, and we'll probably have a cheater's feed. Looks that way, so as I said, nothing going right for the Devils tonight. So they'll take their time to pack the scrum. So when can we expect you to return for university, Ethan? Yeah.
I reckon that'll be after the Easter break.
After the Easter break.
Yeah, so won't leave the supporters in the lurch for too long. But we do have a big squad out there, and after seeing the number of players go down tonight, I'm very happy that we do have everyone on the books that we do.
Well, Boney's back out in the field then, pops a pass. Sorry, Ethan.
Some great second phase play.
Yeah, it's gone behind him.
Bit of the commentator's curse.
We've got another scrum. Can we get a stat for scrums in the last 10 minutes? It's been a lot.
I think we've had one scrum for every one cramp-related stoppage.
Well, that is it. The referee's call time.
That's fitting way to bring the match to a close.
So Waratah Mayfield have defeated the Shortland Devils 36 points to 6. Ethan Andrews in commentary. Mate, thanks for coming along tonight. short notice. You've done well, mate.
Oh, pleasure. It was, a game that was very entertaining considering the conditions, and a real good first hit out for Waratah Mayfield. For Shortland, I think Patches a promise.
Yeah, certainly. So they'll be back again next week. And we'll be back next week with Friday Night Football. Thanks to Quizmasters Trivia. This has been Bar TV broadcast. I'm Paul Arundale. We're going to sign out, and we'll catch you next time.